Lesson 12: The Age of Ignorance. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma akhrijna min zulumatil wahm wa akrimna binuril fahm. Allahumma aftah alayna abwaba rahmatik wanshur alayna khazaina ulumik birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Welcome to Lesson 12, The Age of Ignorance, of Module 1, Pre-Prophetic Period of the course on Siratun Nabi. In the previous lesson about the reconstruction of the Kaaba, we have learned that in about 605 Common Era, when the Holy Prophet was around 35 years old, a flood swept Mecca and the building of the Kaaba was badly damaged. The Quraysh decided to rebuild it, of course. When the walls reached a certain height, a dispute arose between various clans as to whom should the honor of placing the black stone, or Hajarul Aswad, in its place go. This dispute threatened to assume serious proportions, but at last it was agreed upon that the first person to enter the precincts of the Kaaba the next morning should arbitrate this issue. And it so happened that it was the young Muhammad, who was known as Al-Amin, who happened to enter the precincts of the Kaaba during that day. Jahiliyya. It was an age of ignorance, ayyam al-jahiliyyah, in which, generally speaking, moral rectitude and the spiritual code had long been forgotten. Superstitious rites and dogmas had replaced the tenets of the divine religion. Only a few Quraishites, the ancestors of the Holy Prophet salawatullahi wasalamuhu alayhi wa alih, and a handful of others remained followers of the religion of Ibrahim. But they were an exception and were not able to exert any influence on others who were deeply submerged in pagan rites and beliefs. There were those who did not believe in God at all and thought that life was just a natural phenomenon. It is about these people that the Quran says, and the translation is as follows. And they say, there is nothing but our life of this world. We live and die, and nothing but time annihilates us. Some believe in God, but not in the day of resurrection or reward and punishment. It is against their belief that the Quran says, say, He will give life to them who brought them into existence at first. While a few believe in God as well as in the reward and punishment in the life hereafter, they did not believe in prophethood. It is about them that the Quran has said, and they say, what sort of prophet is he that eats and goes about in the market? But by and large, the Arabs were idolaters. They did not, however, recognize gods as God, but only as intermediaries to him. As the Quran has pointed out, they said, we do not worship them save so that they may bring us nearer to Allah. Some tribes worship the sun, others the moon, but the great majority, while indulging in idolatry, believed that there was a supreme being, the creator of the heavens and the earth, whom they called Allah. The Quran says, and if you ask them, who has created the heavens and the earth and made the sun and the moon subservient, they will cry out, Allah. Then whither are they going? And when they sail in boats, they sincerely solicit the aid of Allah, but when He brings them safety to the land, behold, they ascribe others with Him. Christianity and Judaism in the hands of their then followers in Arabia had lost their appeal. Sir William Moore writes, Christianity had now and then feebly rippled the surface of Arabia, and the sterner influences of Judaism had been occasionally visible in a deeper and more troubled current. But the tide of indigenous idolatry and superstition, setting out from every quarter with an unbroken and unebbing surge towards the Kaaba, gave ample evidence that the faith and worship of the Kaaba held the Arab mind in thraldom, vigorous and undisputed. After 5 centuries of Christian evangelization, it could only claim a sprinkling of disciples among the tribes, and as a converting agent was no longer operative. Next meeting, we will deal with the dawn of prophethood, insha'Allah ta'ala. For more similar lessons, subscribe to Wayfaring with Mansoor channel. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.